So, folks, uh, many of you may be familiar with this thing called AI, artificial intelligence. And it is one of those things where it's constantly being pushed upon us by very wealthy people who want to basically use it to replace jobs. Which isn't in itself a bad thing. Like, replacing jobs with technology can be good sometimes. But maybe the way that we're going about adopting AI into our world is not actually good and could in fact be harmful even. Almost like all those sci-fi films and short stories and novels of the past were onto something. This is going to be a disturbing story, but this comes out of the UK, and it details a man that is using or has been using AI to extraordinarily evil ends. I think might even be an understatement, but let's take a look.
A man who used artificial intelligence to create child images from normal photos has been jailed for 18 years.
My mind is very corrupted and warped.
27-year-old Hugh Nelson used a 3D computer program to transform ordinary, non-explicit photos of children into deepfake characters, which he'd then sell child images of. He took requests from people online and says a lot of these characters were commissioned by their dads, uncles, and family friends.
Yeah. Like it's one of those stories where just every single level of it is an additional, like, absolutely heinous addition.
That means people who knew these children in real life would send him images to transform. The court heard that Hugh went on to encourage clients children as well.
You have no job. You sit at home, you play games, you watch, you make these stupid goddamn images.
His case is the first time police have been able to link AI-generated images made by to real children, and it just reminds us how far innocent photos posted online can go, because this kind of technology is sadly on the rise.
Yeah, so this is your official PSA, folks. Don't post images of your kids online. Don't do it. Don't post images of your kids. Don't post images or videos of your kids. Don't do that. Because these people are out there scraping your data, and you might not ever even know. Okay? And this was true even before AI bullshit. True. This was true, but the AI bullshit has made it even easier for these people to misuse images of your kids. Like, if you have older family members, you should really walk them through making their Facebooks private. You should really walk through making their Instagrams private. Because a lot of people just don't even think about it. They don't think that someone would randomly come across their profile and, like, skim images. But even more than that, like, they never think that the people doing that might be family friends or even members of their own family. You know, like, it's an additional level of fucked up that people who engage in this kind of behavior, who engage in, like, commissioning this type of material, are often family members, parents, friends, and, like, it's just an extension of child sexual abuse. And it's really, really awful. God. It is. I mean, like, I think a lot of people, when AI generated images started being used, more and more, these image generators rightfully pointed out that this was going to be like a thing that the technology would be used for. And over and over and over again, a lot of these tech bros are like, oh, no, it's, you know, we've made it so that you can't do that. But like, clearly you haven't. Clearly not. Like, clearly the technology has gotten out there so that, like, random schmuck can do this. Have you seen the trend on TikTok where parents are posting videos of their kids being adult? Yeah, no, I haven't seen that, but like, don't post stuff of your kids, man. Like, don't do it. This is like your big wake up call here. Don't stop. Well, wait, don't period stop. I hope that was clear. Don't. Please stop posting pictures of your children online. It's a hard one to start. It absolutely is. But you know what? I think more people should have that tough conversation with their friends, family, and loved ones. Because, again, most often, those friends, families, those family friends, those loved ones, they might be facing that threat from the people closest to them, and they might not know. They need to be aware that those are the people who are most likely to engage in this kind of behavior. Honestly, Odd Spectre, I agree. We need to actually, when it comes to, like, at the very least, when it comes to images and videos of kids, we need to return to tradition. We need to return to, like, the family scrapbook photo album video, you know, compilation. We need to return to that, because where we're at right now with that is, you open up your kid to an entire world of horrors every time you share their image. So, anyway, my advice, keep your kids' information, their image, their video, their likeness, keep it private until they're old enough to make that decision on their own. Yeah, I'll be honest, I have no idea how to have this conversation with my friends. I mean, bringing it up could be weird, but like, honestly, you could send them this video that I'm putting together right now, and be like, "Whoa, have you heard about this? Have you heard that, like, this is going on and that it's shockingly common?" Well, you know, I think we should talk about this. Good night, Rubber Adset. Like, I think people need to be much more engaged with conversations about, like, sexual assault, with conversations about child sexual abuse. I think we need to talk about that way more often than we currently do. Because, like, there are guys who do sex crimes, and they're like, well, what? I didn't know what I did was wrong. And it's like, dude, you did a rape. Like, we don't talk about it, and it just perpetuates, you know? We don't talk about it, and it leads to a world where, like, adult men are fetishizing younger and younger kids. It's really heavy and it's really hard, but I think it's a really necessary topic for people to talk about. I'm just wondering how 13-year-old teens that own social media and post selfies of themselves, how are they supposed to handle this? I mean, if I'm being completely honest, if you're a parent, I don't think you should allow your teenager to have social media apps where they can post pictures of themselves. You know, I don't think you should allow them to have those apps, or if they have them, they need to be private. They need to be privately locked down. There needs to be like, there needs to be like some kind of parental control on their device that prevents them from doing that. And honestly, one of the best ways to actually like stop that from happening is talk to them about it. Like, a lot of parents just avoid having difficult conversations with their kids, but you need to actually like make sure they're getting like sex ed. You need to make sure that they know that the world can be scary in that way. You need to talk to them, and you need to like make sure that like they understand why you have that rule. Like, I'm not against like having parental controls on there. Like, obviously if a kid really wants to, they'll figure out a way to circumvent them, but the best way is to just have a conversation with them and make sure that they understand that it's incredibly dangerous for them to be posting their information online. Yeah, like, honestly, treat your kid like they're an adult who can like understand. You know, don't treat your kid like they're an adult, but like treat them with the same level of respect that you would an adult, and have that conversation with them and reinforce it. Yeah, and Salmon Moose, when I was a kid, no one fucking had that conversation with me, and like I wound up getting taken advantage of. It's something that I experienced, and I wish I hadn't. And you know, at the time I didn't know that I was being taken advantage of, but you know what? I goddamn was. And yeah, exactly, SSV Clad. That might be a better way of putting it. Treat your child like a person, albeit a tiny one, rather than your property. Exactly. You're not giving them orders. You are explaining why you're giving them this guidance. All right. Enough of that. That has been your PSA. We're gonna move on, okay? We're moving on.